Hi everyone, so today I wanted to do a video, I guess, about my master list, and I'm going to start with the negatives, which I don't know if that's what I always do, but I'm going to start with the negatives. And these are things that I don't like, I don't agree with, I don't think anyone should do, and it's just my opinion. I know it's just my opinion, please don't be offended, but these are my top things that I just don't like in skincare. My first no-no is face wipes. Don't use them. Just don't use them. I wouldn't even use them for cleaning your sink. Like, just don't buy them. Don't use them. I don't care if they're natural. I don't care if they're organic. I don't care if they're baby wipes. I don't care if they're cheap, if they're expensive. Don't use them. They dry your skin out. They don't ever properly cleanse your skin. They just kind of smear the dirt all over, probably pushing it more into your pores. They completely throw all the balance of your skin out. They damage your skin's natural barrier. They're just rubbish. And after you've used one, you still have to wash your face because you'd have to probably go through like 10 to actually remove everything. Don't use them, they're awful. I hate them. Just no face wipes. Number 2 is, I know it's probably a bit dated now, but those black masks, the peel off masks. No, awful. I did a whole video of me ranting at the screen why you don't need them. They're just, as you peel that stuff off, which is basically the equivalent of PVA glue, it just tears, like it tears all the top layers of skin. It damages, you talk about damaging your skin's natural barrier, it's awful. Just don't at all use those black face masks. They're awful, I hate them, no. Number 3, face washes. Ugh. Don't like face washes. I'm not saying they're all bad, by no means am I saying they're all bad, but I do not like face washes at all. I prefer oil-based cleansers, cream cleansers. I recommend doing a double cleanse at night. I love my cleansing balm, which is an oil-based cleanser. It removes all your makeup, and then you do a second cleanse with a cleansing cream, and it just kind of cleans into your pores and just does a second deeper cleanse. If you don't want to do that, you could do 2 of the cleansing cream or 2 of the cleansing balm, but I'm just not a fan of face washes. The only face wash I recommend is the Nimu one that I do in the clinic, because I know that doesn't disrupt the skin's natural barrier. And I know there's a million and one out there that are really good, but your bog standard high street face washes are just really don't. They're just, they don't. They dry your skin. The other thing I find as well is that you find that the center of the face is oily and dry at the same time because it's just so out of whack. So you might find that your skin's always really shiny, but at the same time your makeup doesn't sit smooth. It's kind of dry and flaky around the sides of your nose. If you're getting that, then definitely change your cleanser or your toner. If you're using a toner, you might not need one, but yeah, just don't use a face wash. Get a nice cleansing beauty balm, get a nice cleansing beauty cream, but just yeah, I don't like face washes. Number 4 I think we're on is exfoliators. Make sure you're using a really gentle one. The more you scrub, the more you overstimulate the skin, and the more you can promote melanin growth, which is pigmentation basically. And also, if you're using really harsh scrubs, they don't just kind of exfoliate, they tear top layers of the skin, again really knackering the skin's natural balance, your skin's natural barrier. So avoid apricot scrubs or anything like that. In my clinic I either use enzymes, which is pineapple and papaya enzyme peels by Nimu, or I use my exfoliating beads, which if you want a physical exfoliation, so you actually want to feel something instead of being smooth. The exfoliating beads are perfectly spherical, so they lift away dead skin cells. They're not tearing and scratching your skin. So definitely just do a gentle exfoliation and avoid those harsh apricot scrubs. I don't need to name names. I'm sure you know exactly which brands I'm talking about. Number 5, makeup primers. Don't have them. You don't need them. Avoid them at all costs. They just, they sit in your pores. They dry the skin out. They irritate the skin. They cause redness. Yeah, you don't need them. It's really good from a makeup point of view, and I'm sure there's makeup artists out there screaming at me going, no, they're really good. They're not. From a skincare point of view, they're really not. Especially the really silicone heavy ones, they just sit in the pores, and it's kind of like a paint primer, you know, it kind of sucks all the makeup onto it, so it stays really well, stays all day basically. But if you're wearing that every single day, think of what that's doing to your skin, those chemicals, the way it blocks your pores. I can tell instantly if a client has started or if they've stopped using a makeup primer because their skin is completely different. Avoid makeup primers. You really, really don't need them. If you've got a big event, if you've got a wedding or something where you want your makeup to last all day, then maybe use it then. But definitely not every single day. I use a sun protection as my makeup primer every single day, and I also use like a tinted SPF as well as my foundation instead of even wearing a foundation anymore. But no makeup primers, just no, no, no. The final no-no for me, I mean there's a million and one things that I can rant and rave about, but the final thing that I really am not a fan of is some of the bog standard cheap nasty ingredients that you can get in your products. So do have a look at your ingredients, and the main things that I really loathe, apart from all the other weird and wonderful chemicals that are just completely unnecessary: mineral oil, because it's a really cheap nasty bulking agent that just blocks your pores; lanolin, because it is basically sheep sebum, which is gross. They shear the sheep, they boil the wool, all that lovely gunk floats to the surface and you get the fat at the top, and that's lanolin. It's just basically all the oil from a sheep's coat. Yes, it is moisturising, but just the thought of it is gross. They use it in loads of lip balms and lipsticks and all that sort of thing, and they also use it in face creams. You don't want anything with lanolin in. It's just not nice. It's not good for the skin. It irritates the pores. It irritates just everything. Just don't use lanolin. I've seen there's some very expensive creams on the market, like very expensive creams on the market. I'm not going to name names because I don't like to do that, but yeah, there's some very expensive ones and they contain mineral oil, lanolin and paraffin. I mean, I just can't deal. Yeah, don't waste your money on anything like that. If it's got mineral oil in it, just don't waste your money. It could have the most expensive ingredient and the mineral oil is just going to sit on the surface of the skin, and that really good ingredient, whatever it may be, it's never going to do anything because it's just got that layer of baby oil. You may as well just use baby oil on your face. So yeah, don't use anything with mineral oil in. And the other thing that I always say is an ingredient you just need to be careful of is perfumes. A lot of products are very carefully or cleverly marketed so they are called fragrance free. So don't ever be misled to think that they don't contain perfume. It just means they don't have a fragrance. So I make creams all the time. I make everything all natural, and everything smells of something in life, you know, everything. And generally the more natural it is, the more funky it smells. I mean, evening primrose oil smells like a mouldy, mossy garden. It's just not nice. Rose hip's got a bit of a funky smell. All these natural ingredients always have some kind of smell. So if you pick up a pot and have a whiff and it smells of nothing, then that should ring bells and say, hang on a second. So what a lot of companies will do to make something fragrance free is they will add some kind of perfume to neutralize the smell so it has no fragrance, but it doesn't mean it's perfume free, it just means it has no fragrance, which is just very clever branding and marketing. I personally don't do that. I like to use essential oils. I find only a small amount, because you need a small amount of essential oils. They help to mask the smell, and they also have great properties as well, instead of just using a synthetic fragrance which might smell nice but it just doesn't do anything other than probably irritate the skin. So they are my 5 or 6, I think, things that I would definitely say no to. That is my master list of no-nos, and thank you so much for watching. See you again soon.